What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Social Alcohol Podcast. My name's Adam. This is Ryan. How you doing, sir? Cool. I want to unmute yourself. That would.
Oh wow, I'm doing great. I try to mute myself so like when the intro music and stuff like that goes,
No,
I
I
don't
got
like be
you. I
coughing and
know.
shit. But to answer your question, yes, I'm doing good. It's Wednesday, healthy, alive, and yeah, can't complain.
Do you own any shirts that are not just solid colors? Cotton
I
shirts?
do. I have like button-up shirts and all that stuff like that. But I do go with the solid colors just for this reason of like just having it like the contrast with everything and
Yeah.
not really fucking with people's not faces, but yeah. I got
When do you dress up? Like, do you ever dress up for anything?
business stuff, yeah. We've had business meetings, big events, speaking events, things like that.
Cool. Yeah, I think I own one tie. Dude, I dress how you see me on the podcast, like Katrina and I's podcast, and this is how I look every single day. I wear a black shirt, usually with like me not dressing up, but just going out is like a pair of blue jeans. Why am I not hearing this one? Just a pair of blue jeans, black shirt. Like I try to be the least amount as flashy as humanly possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't like flashy. I mean, I do like suits, and I want to lose weight. Somebody actually will get fitted for some more suits. I'm gonna take my grandfather. He's 77. I will take. He wears a lot of suits because he's active in the church. But I'm gonna take him down this year to get suited for some custom suits, and also myself. But I've been fitted for a custom suit before, a 3-piece suit, and I liked it. And it was for business stuff, but I'm like, you know what? It's not bad to have a couple of suits, to switch out. And I mean, I haven't really need them right now because of a lot of stuff is like
Online
and
and all
everything
that.
like that. Yeah.
Man,
But
talk about suits, man. Steve Harvey, man. That dude can he actually owns his own like suit company, right? Where he makes his own suits and all that.
I think so, yeah.
That is, man. I was watching a video once. He was talking about because he has his own show too, right? He's like his daytime show. I don't know if it's still going or whatever, but
that actually, I think the daytime show shut down or whatever you call it, got canceled. He still do Family Feud, and he actually has a new show now called. He's a judge. I'm like, how the hell you become a judge?
Because you're Steve Harvey, you can do whatever you want. No, yeah, he was talking about this. Just he's such an inspirational person, man. Like I was watching this. He was telling this story about how I could be getting some of the details wrong, but basically he had like no money. He was like literally about to give up on comedy, give up on everything. And someone gave him a little bit of money. He was able to scrounge together like this little bit of money to go to like this open mic thing, or like there was like maybe it was an open mic, but like there was like some comedy venue or something you had to get to that was like a ways away. And he was like, if this doesn't work out, I don't know what I want to do. And then apparently from like that last effort, something happened, someone found him or something. And then that just snowballed into now he's worth like, I don't know, a couple $100 million or something like silly. It's just like, man, it's like, I love hearing stuff like that, man. Because I'll tell you, like with doing podcasting or streaming or any sort of thing, what sets people apart, man, is like, it really is. It sounds like cliche and like obvious, but it's just that like when you feel like no one's watching and you feel like I'm wasting my time, you feel like it's just like I'm literally just wasting my life here. It's just keep going, man, because it can get depressing sometimes because you see all these other big podcasts and you're like, okay, maybe we're not that good, but we're not this bad either. I mean, but then and it just seems like it's just so hard to take off. But the problem is if you quit, you never know. You'll never know what was possible. So you just gotta put one foot in front of the other and just keep trying to have fun with it.
I agree. It's funny that you mentioned that because I go through that with all my businesses. I'll like, okay, I'm posting, and I don't get any like on social media. I do a lot of social media marketing, and I'm like, I don't get any engagement like that. Why am I not getting engagement? Why aren't people responding to this? And I found out, like when I first started working for myself and everything, I was like, I found out that it's not that I'm not getting engagement or they're not seeing it. It's that they're seeing if I'm going to be consistent or if I'm going to fail or if I'm going to give up. So I was like, oh, okay. And I realized that because people like, I've had so many people like, hey, you're such an inspiration to me. I'm like, how the fuck am I an inspiration? Or it's like, or I love what you're doing. You keep me going. I watch you every day. I see your post. I see your inspiration posts. You give me hope. I'm like, you never know who's watching. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it's like boom, 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 things start flowing in. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to stay with it, be consistent, and don't give up. I mean, we're 40 years old, and the one thing, like, what was it? It was a quote, not really a quote, but it was a saying. Some of the most influential and richest people in the world didn't get that way until they were 40. Oprah didn't really have her first break until she was 40. J.K. Rowling, who did the Harry
Isn't
Potter
that
books,
crazy to think about someone
right?
as famous as like Oprah or J.K. Rowling could be? I don't know if I don't know if they were broke, but they weren't who they like. They weren't rich and famous until like 40s. Because to us, it's like, well,
They
she's
weren't
been,
wealthy at all. They were
yeah,
like
well,
servers and shit like that. Nothing against
yeah,
servers, me, but it was like they were struggling like
yeah,
everybody else. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's wild to think about in the 40s. Yeah, it's just.
like a lot of
Sorry to cut
people
you off. I
just
just.
no, it's cool. I mean, and because I was like, what? And I went down everything, and that's just their life. Like Denzel Washington, he like he until he get to his late 30s, mid 40s, that's when his acting career really took off. Like a lot of these actors, it's like holy shit, and
Yeah,
like these influential people, is like, all right, it's when they hit their almost midlife. It's like the late 30s, uh, early 40s, and it's like, and they stick in the game.
yeah.
They're being consistent, being consistent, and then they just blow up. It's like what the hell? So
Well, that's what it's about, man. It's about that. People. I watched. I don't really watch them anymore, but I used to watch like a lot of YouTube videos on like how to grow, and like you're hoping for like for something like technical to kind of like tags you can put in your post and all this other shit to kind of help gain a little bit of an edge. At the end of the day, there's no shortcuts.
yeah,
You just have
I
to
mean,
you just have to wake up
true.
and keep. It's kind of a mind fuck because the last thing you want to do is be obsessed with the numbers and be obsessed with who's watching and who's not watching and let that get into your head. But the only way, but people can see that. Like, if you're worried about that or you're not having fun because only like 3 people are watching, people, that's a turn off to any future person that may want to watch it. So, like, you have to compartmentalize and separate yourself away from the numbers completely and have fun, like you are streaming in front of 30,000 people, and just have that same energy and try to have fun. So that way, any new potential people that may come across, they see positivity, they see good vibes. It's not all like, oh man, no one's watching. Like, no one's going to attach themselves to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And once if you're doing it just for views, and we're all doing it for views and money, all shit like that. I mean, of course, that's the end result. But if you're just doing it because you want to get views, you're not doing it because you enjoy what you're doing. People are going to see straight through that. I'm like, well, you're not sincere. It's like people who sell stuff. Like, well, have you tried it? What kind of results you get? Oh, I haven't used it, but I mean, it's good stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, this is just a paycheck, buddy. I don't care. I don't care about the
exactly.
soap.
It's like fucking. When I used to work at Home Depot, it was like, oh well, I want to get the lawnmower that you use. So, okay, well, I don't have a lawn, but when I cut grass, I do it with this one, or I do this. And like, here you go. This is what I really recommend. Like, okay, cool. I trust you. And so it's just people want to trust and know that you're genuine, and not just like, okay, whatever. So like you talk about. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta shut my door here.
Okay. So like Adam, he talks about he has a streaming channel for gaming, but he does a lot of Call of Duty and first person shooters, and he watches a lot of this guy called Dr. Death.
Sorry, if we're going to talk about OnlyFans and stuff here in a minute, I didn't want to.
No,
the whole house to hear it.
Who's that that YouTuber that you watch all the time? Dr. Death or Dr. Destructo?
Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, there we go.
You're not in the gaming. You don't give a shit about gaming community. You're like Dr. Death,
I like
Dr.
watching games,
Stroke,
but like the whole like I'm going to give you a show or a character while a game. I'm like, I'm just here to see like you fucking beat this motherfucking game and like and murk some motherfuckers. That's it. I don't care about what you do.
Well, the thing people love about him is that because he's not the best gamer. Like I'm actually, if like our kill death ratios are actually very similar. Like, but
did you just throw a gauntlet down? Oh shit! You just threw a gauntlet down about Dr.
Ooh.
Disrespect.
But the reason people do tune in is because he's different. He does something no one else is doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because most people are doing what I'm doing, boring as shit, sitting there and staring at the camera, trying to get kills and do all that stuff. But he is putting on a show, and he's funny, and he has the character. He has little bits and cool transitions. It's the entertainment factor. So, well, what I don't get is when these people that are fucking broke start giving all their money to streamers.
I don't know how. Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man.
Like Sir Mert on our podcast, I have no explanation for it. The guy, we'll be sitting there making no money, just having cool conversation, and all of a sudden, $99.99. We're like, thank you. I don't even know.
Right?
It's crazy.
I'm like, at least I'm gonna take it out to dinner, shit, and enjoy it together, shit.
Hey, look, I'm never gonna tell him not to do it, but he should cut it out.
Don't keep on doing it, Dr. Sir
Mert.
Sir Mert. Yeah, you better remember his fucking name. Send you $100 there.
Hey, he's. I mean, yeah.
No, that's cool. But no, I mean, and like I said, it's just it's the entertainment factor. It's different. So, and I get it. I mean, people like different types of entertainment, and people like whether it's gaming, whether it's reading a book, whether it's movies, whether it's porn, whether it's whatever it is.
What entertains you? Like,
what entertains me?
Like, I like watching Dr. Disrespect. I'll watch Tim the Tapman some. Like, that's the kind of stuff I watch on YouTube. Like, if you're sitting down and it's just you and you're just trying to pass the time, kind of entertainment type stuff, like, what kind of stuff are you into?
So it's interesting. TikTok sucks my fucking time up, free time up, and I try to avoid it. But I'm getting serious on looking to learn it so I can teach it on how to grow on it with business, because it's not going nowhere. So entertainment wise, I mean, like, I'll use you guys as an example. You and Kat. When I used to watch you, like, I still watch you guys. I'm a mod for you guys, but what keeps me going is that the being genuine. And I know, like, you guys, like, are a lot of time it's not scripted, but it's you guys engage with each other more and like act like sometimes that you guys are fighting or arguing and yelling at each other and back
sometimes
and forth.
We are arguing.
Sometimes, yeah, I know. Sometimes I can feel that vibe. I'm like, I want to text your ass. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how to do a relationship, but dude, this is fucking borderline mental abuse.
If you text me, I'm just gonna tell you to fuck off. I'm pissed right now. Okay,
I know.
I'm sorry. I was born angry. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Oh fuck, but yes, I know sometimes y'all be fighting, but it's just like what you guys talk about. I mean, who doesn't like sex? But it's the realness of it. Like, it was the shock value. I was like, is this real? Is she like, are they really actually going out and like just doing strangers and all like that? And I was like, no, and no. I know, because when I first met you guys, I was you guys say, hey, you want, well, not you, but she's like, you want some? I'm like, yeah, where? But we couldn't find nowhere, so it just didn't happen. Because I'm like, we're gonna do it right in the fucking middle. I mean, you have the AVN, but shit,
dude, it's so hilarious when people get on Twitter and they're like, "Ain't no way this is real." I'm like, dude, you just don't know. You don't. This girl's a crazy person.
Hey, I respect her because I'm like, yeah, like she's gung ho, she's down for the cause, and I'm like, fuck yeah, about her money. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I get that you guys, it's not just about the money. You guys enjoy it. You guys doing this before the whole making a profit on OnlyFans and shit like that, and being amateur to underground to independent, adult work industry and sex worker, whatever you want to call it. But no, yeah, I mean, it's you got her. It's just you're genuine. So that's what entertains me. Just genuine. I like educational shit, like things I can learn that's going to help excel other people because I like helping people. Yeah, just that. I guess that's for me. I mean, of course, I like.
So you're a nerd. Got it.
I am a nerd. Yeah, no, I am super a nerd. I
Dude, I
like.
watch gaming videos. Trust me, I'm not talking too much shit.
So you know what? Here's my thing. I used to watch those. Well, actually, no, I didn't used to watch those. My son used to watch those. I used to give him shit about that. I'm like, well, I was like, why are you watching these? Oh, it's cool. It used to be Minecraft ones. I'm like, but wouldn't you rather play it? I can get the game for you. And he said, no, I was watching. I was like, what the fuck? You don't want to play it? And no. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I don't get the people who watch Minecraft. I can't. I mean, it's the most boring thing. But people can. It's all perspective, obviously. And all right. So I have a question about our Katrina and I's podcast. I'm not trying to make this about us, but I'll make it about us for a second. What kind of, like, if you're being objective and you're not holding any punches, like, do you have any constructive criticism for our podcast?
Um,
As far as
I'll tell you something.
the format,
okay,
like what we talk about, like something that you've noticed, like a common theme, and maybe the common theme is me talking, but the common theme is this, like, that you could see could, like, turn people off, or like something that you don't think we're doing right.
So the setup of your podcast is good, I think. Only thing that I think that's missing, well, I won't say only thing, but one of the things that I think could help a lot, because you guys do engage with the chat. You guys do engage with the chat. You guys talk to the chat. I try to help out and, like, keep the flow of everything going with it, and the other mods do too. Because there's really never no dead air. It's just, I would say, I do think you guys are on the right path bringing on guests, because you guys get a lot more engagement, and you're tapping into not just your audience, you're tapping into other people's audience, so they're going to come by. So you're doing good on that one. And keep that shit up. Like, I would say, if I have like 2 or 3 guests a month at least.
Yeah, like, I like the guests. Well, right now, like, for some reason, and I don't know exactly why, but there's been a delay between the guests' video and their audio through OBS, and it's driving me fucking nuts. Yeah, I like having guests. It's fun talking to people, but I think some of the best, like Katrina, when we got off this last stream, I actually, before the stream started, I didn't even really feel like doing it. I was tired, but she's like, let's just do it. Let's just, let's stick to the schedule. And when we got done, we were like, I think that's one of the best, like, as far as our flow, our conversation, and like, it felt good for the whole hour. I think we were like an hour and almost an hour and a half, and it felt really good. So I'm glad we did it. But I think we're talking about our podcast way too much.
That's good. Well, 18 minutes in. This is good. This is actually, it's something that the flow is actually going. That's good.
Yeah. All right. I'll just cut me off whenever you feel like it. But I think where we're at now is, like, we decided that, like, maybe starting out with, like, a personal story, because, dude, we could have a whole freaking podcast if we wanted to, and we try not to go exclusively to, like, shit that she's done, but she's had so much sex in so many situations that it's, like, hard to remember 95% of them. So whenever we think of one, it's like, we're thinking, like, a cool format would be just to start with, like, hey, remember the time, and then talk about something she's done, and then to just let that meld into whatever else comes after for the rest of the hour, and then getting heavy and with the chat, because having the chat there, man, is like everything to us. Like, we love talking to the chat. I love, obviously everyone loves talking bullshit to me, so that's fun. And
I'll tell you this. Our next, so I'm gonna show you something that's gonna help you guys too, that is proven to help. The fact that you have the chat on the screen, that it scrolls up by itself, that's cool. But the fact that, like, StreamYard, we're using this, not fucking promoting them, but you can highlight certain comments in the chat, so that actually increases engagement. So I would say, because now not only your chat and people who are new are like, oh shit, they see me, oh, okay, and or super chats that come up, like, boom, yes, we appreciate that, of course. Yeah, thank you for the $99, sir,
Mert.
pimping ball, sir, Merc balls, pimping dude. But it's like, okay, cool, and that keeps engagement. So that alone, that you guys engage with the chat and you try to see mention every chat or talk to everybody who's says something that contributes and is meaningful or something like that, or that's funny, they appreciate that because they feel important. It shows that you see them, you recognize them, and that, okay, cool. So that right there goes a long way too. So keep that up. Like I said, next week we're gonna go live. I don't know. I'll promote it and everything like that too. So you hear this first. If you're seeing this right now, you're watching this week. Next week, Adam and I are gonna go live, do a live stream.
Let's do it on Monday. Monday, 3 p.m. Let's go live.
We can
Or
Monday.
actually, let's call it 3:30 because my other thing ends right at 3.
Okay, so 3:30. You're Central
That's
Time, right?
Central Time. Yeah. So it's like 1:30 for you, right? You're in Cali.
And yeah, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time for me. We'll be doing our first live stream on the socially awkward podcast, and we're do it just to show what I'm talking about too. But it's so stay tuned. We'll do an alert and have everything so you can actually go ahead and have a reminder and things like that. Now, something I will say this. The reminders, since you guys do go live, set an early enough reminder.
You mean like starting the stream like an hour before or something like that?
So set the stream up like an hour before.
Yeah.
So it gives people a time. So you're giving an announcement that, hey, this is like you're streaming today.
Yeah.
Like your gaming one. Today I had like a half an hour or 20-minute reminder.
Started early, yeah.
Yeah. That people it's that reminder. Now YouTube is going to actually see that people are interested in this. It's going to put it out there to more people out there and push it out to people who are on at that time who's looking into that genre and that niche. So yeah, absolutely.
Podcasting is a lot of fun, man. It's fun just to find people that, it's just you sit down and you bullshit, and it's like it doesn't. It's just fun to talk to people. Like I'm not a very extroverted person, so I don't spend a lot of time outside of the house. Most of that's by design. So just to be able to talk to people that are not my family, as much as I love my family, it's good to talk to other people, too.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I love doing it. I wish I lived in a place where I could, where there was more people and there was more like LA or Vegas or something, where I could have people like build a proper studio and have a group of people that actually came to the studio every couple times a week. And, you do it face to face and you have a multi-camera setup, and all this other cool stuff, and have an engineer, switching cameras and shit like that. It's like,
why can't you just do that and build an add-on in your house?
I don't have room for an add-on. Like we have a tiny yard.
Okay. No backyard?
I have a backyard, but I'm not putting a house back there. I already put a big ass patio with the hot tub.
Gotcha. Okay. Because that's something I was thinking. Some of my friends, people I know, and business partners, is like, oh yeah, like one of my friends, he is buying a new house. He turned his upstairs. It was a bedroom, but somewhat semi-attic looking thing. But he said, "This is my new office." And it's like basically the whole square footage of his house around the perimeter. Now he has basically that of his office. It's huge. He has a fucking server in there and everything. I'm like, God damn.
That's awesome. It's fun to build shit like that. Like this place. One thing that I really want to get better at, or I'm a nerd for like good cable management. And right now I have a bunch of shit ran off. I have this dual PC and all these monitors. It's the wires are kind of a mess, but I love building like these kind of like sets and making everything flow and putting the mics up and I have a Go XLR, freaking Rodecaster, all these monitors. Like I love doing this shit, lighting, and we have a big ass TV on our wall over here. That's where we actually look at the chat. It's it's fun building these kinds of things.
It really is. It can get pricey, but at the same time, if you know how to do it right, it's a business expense. So it's fun, very fun. I got another friend on Facebook. Michael Mansell. He's a big entrepreneur and online marketer. He literally built a damn what was it? A home entertainment studio. They basically had the recliners. It was a big ass
projector,
screen projector, and all that stuff. It was huge. I'm like, it was a movie theater in his house.
Yeah,
and he showed everybody step by step how to do it.
Yeah, when I worked at a last place, I worked at a pest control place, and I used to go and have to go do pest control inside of people's houses all the time. And I had a big part of the area that I worked was like a big rich neighborhood, so they had like a lot of big houses, obviously, and a lot of them had that what you're talking about, man. Like there'd be ones where there's literally like 2 or 3 rows that would go like up behind each other. I mean, they had little steps for each. He had like this one guy had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably like 8 or 9 recliners that were spaced out but kind of stacked behind each other, and with a huge projector. And then on the walls, like I think it was like painted, like I forget what the walls were painted, but anyways, it looked like a little mini theater, and it was just like all recliners, like this freaking like 4K projector, and he had like cool like framed in posters, just like you'd kind of see like if you're walking in a theater. It was, I think even, I swear to God, I think he even had a popcorn machine like on the outside of the room, and it was like it's just really cool shit.
And see, and yeah, no, absolutely. That shit is awesome, and that's been like a fantasy of mine as a kid. You know, do something like that, like a big ass like room with arcade in it. And I'm going to when I redo my office, I'm going to have that. I'll have like a arcade machine in one corner. When I have like, it's going to be like surround sound, like not surround sound, but you know, soundproof and all that shit like that. And it's gonna be a real office and studio. I'm gonna have a production studio quality shit going on my next place.
You know, wait till you get like a bigger house or something.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple of add-ons like that. So yeah, because I've just this is just a bedroom that I converted into my office. So
yeah, our podcast is done out of our podcast room. I don't know how big it looks on screen, but it's a 10 by 10 room. It's tiny.
Really?
Yeah.
That's about the same about this. Yeah. No, okay. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's what you can do. I mean, and production, you can do all kinds of production. So whether it's just time YouTube quality, whether it's business quality, whether it's OnlyFans quality, whatever you want to do, shit.
You plan on? Are you still working on that, or do you want to talk about that? You don't know.
I'm still working on something. We'll talk more about that. I don't want to put it out there, because like I said,
you're giving up on it, aren't you?
No.
No. Okay, good.
No. Like I'm like 9. I think it's. I think now, because the developers like, oh, we're like 96% done. No, I had to go back and like go and like ream their ass. I was like, nah, bruh. But now we're at 90%. So
you almost just said rape their ass. I heard that.
Yeah, I did. No, I really did.
You shouldn't rape anybody. Just throw that out there.
Consent, less consensual.
OnlyFans, man. Speaking of OnlyFans, like what a platform. Like they have had a wild ride over the last couple of years.
Like, is there anything like that's controversial with them right now? Because I know that they were talking about like dropping adult content or explicit content.
Right now, they seem to be just kind of letting people do their thing. I mean, as you know, we still provide all of our documentation every time we upload because you know we don't want to risk. I mean, we've had people that we know over the last couple months say they wake up and their OnlyFans is taken down. And it's like, well, what are you doing to get your OnlyFans taken down? Because if you're providing the proper like documentation for the people that are in your videos, then you should be good. Unless I know the biggest thing about OnlyFans that they changed, honestly, the documentation does kind of suck just because Katrina likes to do stuff with strangers. But it's now it's against the terms of service to do anything like that could even be perceived as like public, like in the like doing things in the backseat of your car and shit like that. They like you can't post that stuff anymore, which it sucks, man. She's had a lot of people like, where are those videos at? And we're like, dude, we can't use them. I mean, it's freaking blows because like that's in our opinion, that's like some of the best porn out there.
Raw. Yeah, it's raw content. It's like genuine, like, oh shit, okay. So I get that. So I mean, I'm just like really like confused and like curious why they think this public is bad, because you can do anything public. I mean, like unless it's like okay, you're in front of the Home Depot or something like that, or you're in front of the Walmart, just blur out the word Walmart, and that's fine, or Home Depot, like that's fine. But public, honestly, public sex is nothing wrong with it unless somebody complains.
Well, yeah, I don't know if they're trying to protect maybe the possibility, maybe there's like kids or do it because it is technically illegal to do stuff in public. So maybe that's part of it. But if like if you're in the back of your car, I don't know. I don't know where the legal lines are.
Yeah.
I mean, so if a cop comes up, I mean, I think you still get in trouble if you're having sex in the back of your car in broad daylight. So maybe because it's against the actual law.
Well, I guess every state's different, but honestly, I know in California, you can have sex in your car. You can have sex in public as long as somebody's not complaining. Like we have new beaches out here and those resorts, and as long as people aren't complaining and like, oh, that's not cool. That's in the like
Indecent exposure or whatever.
yeah, you're fine. It's like go with the flow. It's like okay.
Yeah, it's wild. Like
Yeah.
Katrina, man, I feel sorry for her because she loves going up to strangers. She loves getting those videos. But now it's like she still wants to do it, but it's just like it's literally like you can either make a video that you can use or you can do something raunchy that no one's ever going to see. So it's like she's put in this little box where she has to just keep, working with people that are in the business and, some friends that we have that, we have their consent forms for. So she has like this little roster that she works with, but it's unfortunate. I wonder, like, whenever, we can talk about your thing. Now you're pissing me off.
We'll talk more about that one. I know. So, but no, yeah, no, I get it. And trust me, I want to talk about it too. I feel that within the next 4 months we should be done with it.
What the hell takes so long? It's like Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
like honestly, if they were trying to launch it, fucking couple months ago, I was like, that's not done, and I was like, nah. If I would have gave it to you, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, if you're gonna launch it, man, it's like if you're gonna launch something, especially something online, where it requires a certain level of cohesiveness and usability. If it's all clunky, people will just give up on it. It's just if it's clunky and weird, then people and it's got to be user friendly for the
No, I get it. I'm just trying to do it good. So we'll go over some stuff. I actually got a wedding this weekend. One of my friends getting married, and he's like, "Oh, you got to be there." I'm like, all right, whatever. But we'll go over some. I'll show you. I'll send you a link to actually today, and so you guys look at it to see what's there. You guys give me and yeah. So let's see what it's about. But yeah, so OnlyFans. I mean, I think a lot of people went to like what just for fans and Fansly, and
we have a just for fans. It's like puddling along. Like we don't even promote it. We just whenever we upload OnlyFans, we also upload the same content to just for fans. So in the hopes that one day if something does happen, we have another platform. Like, hey, there's a bunch of videos over here too. So
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of weddings, I hope to God never have to go to another one. Weddings. Last wedding I went to was my little brother's, probably 5-6 years ago. I don't know. You enjoy things like that, like weddings and all that stuff?
I really don't enjoy weddings. I mean, weddings to me, I was like, I'll tell you this. I've always thought, I wouldn't say always thought. This is my second marriage, and this would be my last marriage. I mean, I said before my first marriage, and the reason why I said that was because I think marriage is, unless you're looking to do business wise and looking at it as a business, that's all it is. The paperwork is it's for legal, like tax purposes.
That's fucking romantic. Jesus Christ, Ryan.
It's really it's not romantic. It's just it's beneficial. But a committed relationship, though, I mean, it's different. I mean, it's just
so you're not saying that the person you're with is like a business. You're just saying to get married
Correct.
It's just putting things like
The
officially
actual act.
on paper.
Yes, correct. Yeah, of a paper.
Yeah, but girls want to get married.
Yeah, they want the ceremony and shit like that. Like, well, here's the thing. Me and my wife, when we got together, we was like, I don't want to get married. I don't ever want to get married. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then like my wife was like, oh, he's hella cool. Because she was hurt. She was married before, I was married before. So we was both was hurt. We're like, I don't fucking want to get married. Fuck that shit. Like, I want a date. We can be in a relationship, all that stuff. We can live together, but I don't care. I don't want to get married. And then I'm gonna let you know something that you always talk about and think it's fucking funny. Like, fuck that shit. That'll be abortion time. So
what the hell are you talking about?
watch. You like, what the fuck? So we was like, no, we're not getting married and all that shit like that. But then we just was so compatible. And it's like, all right, let's just make this, let's do it. It was like 8-10 years later. But still, now, what I was gonna tell you about was he's like, I'm gonna fuck about the marriage thing now. So we're swingers, you know that, right? And most people are like, okay, well, I'm a swinger, this and this, but you fuck up, you fuck up. So as long as you communicate and you have an open relationship, you're fine. So my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, I love her to death. She's not my wife's biological daughter. She was somebody who I used to play with. We end up having, got her pregnant.
Does she know that?
Oh yeah. Hold on, my daughter?
Yeah.
She's still with her mother. She lives with her mother.
Oh, so that little girl that pops in, she doesn't live there all the time?
No, yeah, we get her like every other week. Like, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was like yours. You lived there all the time, but she was someone else was her mother.
No, yeah, somebody else is the mother. She's that's my biological
okay. So she knows
daughter.
her real mom.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay,
but it's been like so. Yes, like we've been there all the time since she was a baby. And that was the thing. Like me and my wife, we said, well, we know the consequences or the possibilities of being in this lifestyle. Yeah, and it was like whatever. So we wasn't gonna. It just we can't. Yeah, this is where we at. So like we accepted it. Okay, this is it. And my wife was like, do you have feelings for the girls? Like, no, it was strictly sex. I told her mother that too. It's like, she's cool. We have sex and this is what happens. And I love my daughter to death. Like, I will kill for my daughter. I that's the kind of father I am. Like, no, that's still my daughter. Like, I'm not gonna, like, nothing's wrong. Like, I never knew how much I can love. It's different, but it's like, it's crazy. But so yeah, I mean, everything's the same. It's just, this is part of having that open relationship, being a swinger. It's like you set your rules, your boundaries, and communicate what's going to happen. And this is one of the risks that you can take with having an open sexual relationship. And
that's wild that you had a kid like that. Like, that must have been a surprise.
Yeah.
Was that your first kid? Oh no, you have a son. That's right.
No, yeah, I have he actually turns 22 tomorrow.
22, wow. Man,
so
you had your kid young then. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was 19.
Because I have a daughter, it's 18 and I'm 40, so I had 22, I guess.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah, but so yeah, and then my wife, she has 4 kids, and together we have 9 grandkids. So
how do you have 9? Dude, how do you have 9 grandkids?
I'm 40.
You have one.
My wife is 56. So she has 4 kids.
Okay, so all your grandkids. So does your son, does your biological son have any marriage or have any kids?
No, he doesn't have any kids. My biological son doesn't have any kids. But all my we call them I call them bonus kids, or step kids, whatever you want to call them. I love them the same, but they have kids. The youngest one doesn't. So, but all the other ones do, and yeah, between them, we have 9. It's crazy, right? Christmas is a fucking. It's a drop in the bucket.
Dude, I am genuinely looking forward to being a grandpa. Like,
it's awesome.
Yeah, because our youngest is going to have a little bit harder time having kids because of all her medical complications. So we're not exactly sure. She's only 15, so she's got some time. But We're not exactly sure how that's going to look like as far as her having kids and being our grandkids yet. But we'll help her out any way we can. But our oldest daughter, she's 18. She's going to be moving out after she graduates, and she wants to be a mom. She's going to school. She's already in like pre-education classes in high school. She's going to after high school, she's going to continue that on. She's going to be a high school teacher, or I'm not sure high school, but a teacher. But I want to be a grandpa so bad, man. Just bringing in another like little fresh little life, and you get to like be a grandpa, spoil them to death, and then send them back home to their mom. Like that sounds like so much fun.
Fucking fun. It's fun, and I mean it's kind of sucks for my grandkids now because like my daughter gets all that attention and shit like that. So it's like okay, whatever. But we have a granddaughter that's the same age as my daughter. And they love each other. They oh, this one, can we have can Kayla come over and can
I was going to ask. I bet you have grandkids that are older than your actual kid, don't you?
Yep.
That's crazy how family can sometimes it can work out like that.
It is crazy, but it's a blended family. Everybody accepts each other, and everybody knows it, and it's great. And that's how my whole family found out that we were in an open relationship. Like we were swingers.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, we just went and told them like, we're not going to be hiding this shit. I mean, they knew what we did stuff, but we was like, oh, this and this, like be all out there. But it's like, hey, this is what it is. We have open relationship. This is what's going on. We have a child, and we're going to love it. And this is how it's here. It's like, okay, and no one big guys. Are you guys happy? Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Have you guys had any family members that didn't approve and it got weird?
No. They had questions like, how do you not get jealous? I said, me, I don't get jealous because like I was like, shit actually fucking turned me on. I'm watching her, I'm like watching her get her cheeks clap. I'm like, let's go.
Jesus, right?
And hey, actually it was funny because at that point I'm like, you know what? Y'all used to scar me with like, oh well, y'all don't think we had like my grandparents like me and your grandfather used to have sex. Like, okay, y'all want to scar my fucking brain? It's time for me to scar y'all. Yep, I watched my wife get her ass clapped. What that.
The fun thing about like grandparents and stuff is that you only pretty much know them as old people that and they seem boring. But dude, they were young just like us.
Yes.
Obviously, they didn't do everything that we did, obviously, but they're like Katrina's mom, her dad told us, which her mom wasn't a fan of, but Katrina's biological dad told Katrina, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, that back when they were married, Katrina's mom, oh my God, fucking this up. Katrina's biological mom and dad got divorced when she was like 3.
Okay.
So Katrina's, her stepdad, who's dead now, but they said that when Katrina's mom was married to the original dad, I'm making this way too complicated. That I guess they used to mess around back in the day, and you would have. And if you know Katrina's mom now, she is a like fundamental Christian, no bullshit, just great person. She's a sweetheart, great mom, but not someone you would ever think that would have been in that kind of lifestyle whenever they were younger. But it just goes to show you'll know them as one way, especially like grandparents. You think they're all old and they just sit around and read books and do crossword puzzles. Like, dude, they were freaking when they were young. They were slinging dick. They were doing all the same shit.
All the same shit. Just they have the technology like we do now, but no, it's the same fucking shit. So it's
probably worse back in the 60s,
man. Because like now it's like in a smaller group. So I was like, fuck. Like
that's before AIDS, before everybody got all weird. Like everybody just fucking everybody.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to have a key party at so and so's house, or we're going to go have some cocktails. Probably how I call fucking cocktails. A little nightcap. Let's go.
Is AIDS still like
AIDS still a thing? Yes, it is. It's just they have a lot more treatment to it, so it's not as scary.
Yeah, but remember back in the 80s and 90s when you thought like it was like
that was death sentence.
Yeah, but even then, I think they made a bigger deal about your like ability to get it. I think it's actually harder to get than just have sex with somebody who like. As far as last I heard, you got to actually bleed into somebody. It's got to be like something.
Basically, open wounds and it's unprotected sex too. Like if you are continuing having unprotected sex with and you're HIV positive and you're nutting somebody or having somebody nut inside you or something like that has HIV positive, you still can get it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, especially if they're not being treated for it.
But even then, I don't think just because someone gets it that you can automatically just give it just because you got it. Like,
no.
I think that's why a lot of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's why a lot of gay men get it because they do a lot of anal sex. So, and there's a lot more potential for like tearing around the rectum and like actual like open wound type stuff. I think that's the main reason.
Possibly. I mean, the tearing stuff, and yes, that's definitely, it's a more sensitive area, and if you actually absorb more faster, and let's have less protection in your anus. So I can understand that too. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know about that one. I mean, I just know like I didn't want to fuck around with that.
Yeah, those women that do like a ton of anal, like those are some of my favorite chicks because it's like, dude, anal's not that easy to do consistently because it's like it's kind of a chore. Like you see, it ain't all glamorous. If you're just doing it on your day to day, like you just stick it in your wife's butt, it doesn't look all beautiful and pink and clean as shit in there. Like the girls who make it look like that day in and day out, it's like they're like Katrina. I've seen her get ready. She's got to stick a thing in her ass and try to rinse it out. It's like it's a process. It's a lot of work.
I bet. Yes, it is. You clean yourself out. It's a process. Like, I listen to people like, no, it's a process. If that's why I guess they charge more. Like, oh, you want anal scene? Okay, it's gonna be this much because I got prep and all this stuff and 24 hours no eat and I was on a strict liquid diet and I get cranky and upset and I'm like, God damn. I'm like, okay,
it's too much work.
I'm like, well, I mean, if you're getting paid for it, getting $5,000 a scene, like, I guess, yeah, why not?
Are girls getting unless you're like Angela White? Is anyone like how much do girls make now? You know what I mean?
First of all, I don't know who fuck Angela White is, but okay, yeah.
You know who Angela White is? She's like the most famous porn star in the world right now.
No, and see that's the thing. I don't go from the mainstream like that. Like I
don't either, but
yeah.
you know, I know who she is. Like you know who Karma RX is, right?
I didn't know who she was until y'all I think talked about her on the what's called.
Dude, look up Angela White real quick. I'm telling you right now, you're crazy. Like everyone knows who she is.
Angela White.
She's Australian.
Shit, you know who I like? Oh,
she's like literally one of the most like famous porn chicks in the world.
Reminds me of a dark haired Sophie D.
Dude, I like Sophie. I was watching Sophie D like way before she became like went through the bimbification, which I absolutely love, by the way. I think she looks absolutely incredible. But
she is pretty.
Yeah. Let me look it up. Now I got me.
Favorite female porn star. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Look up Sophie D and look at that first picture, man. Like
Sophie D.
Yeah. I think it's like a peach looking, pinkish, reddish, peaches looking. She's so fucking hot. Like I love that look. And I'm usually not really even into brunettes very much. But yeah, she kills me, dude. Yeah, now we're just gonna look at pictures of porn stars.
Yeah, Sophie is hot. She's pretty. But yeah, you know how I like that the one I showed you guys, I turned you on to. Oh,
what was her name?
So fun. God damn it, what is her name? I forgot her name. What's her name? God damn it.
How do you not know your favorite porn chick?
Right? I'm like, I feel embarrassed right now. What is her name? She's in Canada, but she doesn't. The one we talk about, she doesn't.
Karina Kova?
Yes.
Oh, she's your favorite. Okay. Well,
she's the hottest one so far I know of. I
don't really consider her like a porn chick, though. I mean, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, because she just doesn't have sex with anybody. Like I've only seen her in like little. By the way, I know we've talked about this before, but dude, I have all this respect. Just because I say I don't think she's like in porn per se, I think I've just as much, if not more, respect. Like all the stuff she builds herself, and I'm sure maybe she has somebody help her, but she was showing a picture of this room or like a portion of her house that she's dedicated to like all these different like sets and like lighting and it's just like it's she puts in a lot more effort than your average chick who's doing like those little cosplay videos and all that. Like she doesn't just throw on some outfit. I mean, she goes all out for it. It's pretty cool.
No, yeah, she puts a lot. Like it's like a production for her. I won't say like it is a production for her. She puts some work into it. So I'm like, all right. I mean, cool. I mean, that's what's up. People like that. So, but no, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, Ryan, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I miss AVN. It sucks that it's virtual, but I do miss it.
Dude, those things are a waste of fucking time, man.
Look, I like going because it's just fun. I mean, are they a waste of time? Yeah. Can I do everything in one day? Yeah. Do you need a whole fucking weekend to do that? No.
Well, I'm saying like for us, like I'm sure maybe there's girls or people out there. I know guys do porn too, but you know, mostly chicks. There's girls out there who maybe for networking and marketing and getting to see their fans, I'm sure it helps. I'm saying for us, for like what we built and what we do, it's just like we went to a couple of them, and it's just like after about an hour or two, it's like this doesn't push the train ahead at all. Like for us, like it doesn't do anything to like move anything forward.
I'm gonna tell you this: you guys only went to one, right? So far, the Exotica.
We went to two.
You went to two? Okay. Which ones?
Oh, well, the first one we went as the one where we met you. We went as fans.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah,
and
so I'm not counting that one.
And the second one we went and had a booth and all that stuff.
Yeah. So you did it right now. Like there was no one there at Exotica like that. I heard somebody be like, "Oh, well, you had a lot of performers, but no one was really like there wasn't a lot of fans." I would say this. Here's a great scenario for you guys. The next one that's not well, I wouldn't. I guess you can go Exotica, but like an AVN like that, because that's what everybody knows. AVN. The next one that they have that's actual physical in person like that, everybody can go, all the fans and shit like that, and pass this whole pandemic. So I believe that the pandemic will be over after this year right here. It's not gonna go longer than 3 years. I feel that you guys should probably either like get a booth or and bring some fucking material and not just like a pen, one pen. Bring some headshots, but have a booth for one day, and then the rest of the whole time, you just like going around as a VIP and talking to people and like boom, like pulling people in, but getting content, fans and shit like that. That shit, y'all, that will push everything there because right there you got real people say, "Oh my god," and they tell me you got to write consent form because they already know that they're going for as a porn. That's like almost like a bang bus type of thing, but a real life bang bus thing.
Yeah. When we went to which one did we go to last time in Miami? Was that Exotica?
That was Exotica.
The best part, like the what do you call it? The expose or whatever. That part is a complete waste of fucking time. There's nobody there, and the place was. I mean, we're literally in there cold. I'm like, this is a complete waste of our time. Like, there's just no reason to be here. But the fun part about being there was but this is shit we can do almost anywhere. Is at night we'd go down to the bar and have a couple drinks, talk to people, like just like real like a lot of them are people that were also there.
Yeah.
You know, we met a couple people that we wouldn't have met otherwise, like Black Star, cool dude. Richard Mann was there. He's a little bit of a nut job to me, but that's fine. I'm sure he's a good guy. Like I've talked to him a little bit. It's shorter than you'd expect, but that's fine too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Richard, I've no ill will. I'm just messing around. But being down at the bar, like having drinks, you know, hey, what are you doing later? You know, just kind of getting kind of freaky and just getting loose down there. Just that kind of camaraderie down at the bar area. The lounge area was infinitely more fun than sitting there at that fucking booth watching the same weirdo make circles around the same fucking guy came around Katrina's booth like 7 times wanting to talk to her one-on-one. I'm like, like it's just like we're getting nothing out of that.
It's so fucking funny Was that a fan or was that a performer?
It was a fan, just a guy with a
So
ponytail walking around.
what I never got, and like it's crazy how like how fans are at these events, these expos and shit like that. Like they will go up to like porn stars and like actresses and like talk to them like, oh yeah, remember I bought you this, and one time I talked to you on remember we had that long conversation on your webcam, and they'll tell them the whole life stories. And I remember this one dude, it was my first AVN. He had 3 cameras, literally 3 cameras hanging off his neck. Was one actress that he really admired and had like 5. I remember he had 5 things for her to sign, 3 cameras, and I'm like, holy shit! And he was like, "Can somebody take this picture, please? This, can you sign this and sign this and sign this?" I'm like, and it was me and Jay Black before he got into the industry. We was looking like, what the fuck is going on? And so they said, "Hey, he's a VIP on my personal website. He pays,
Yeah.
so we're gonna give him
Well, and
attention."
Katrina's such a sweet person. Like she doesn't have, she's not the kind that can be like, okay, go away now. You know, I've talked to you
Yeah,
7 times, go away. Every time the guy comes back around and there's nobody there, she'll just, she'll give him, a few more minutes of time or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's just, I don't, I just, first of all, I'll tell you another little weird thing, and you maybe think this way or you don't. But it's kind of bizarre when you go to those places and everyone has like the same, everybody's kind of in the same boat. You have your little booth, maybe people stop by, maybe they don't. But when I look around, I'm like, I feel some ego around in those booths. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't even know who you are. Like, but these people just sit there and they maybe don't know who we are either. That's fine. I'm not saying that we're important or anything. I'm just saying, like, just the ego on some of these like mid-tier porn stars is just like it's crazy, like how important these people think they are because they have a booth with their little posse around them and all that. I'm like, I don't know, like I like doing what we do, but I'm not a big fan of all the different personalities and all the egos and all that shit. I love doing this from Arkansas. We make all of our own content. We don't have to deal with any egos. Katrina doesn't go work for companies, so she doesn't show up on set working with somebody that she's kind of paired up with by the company. It's just who she chooses every single time. And it's just, I don't know. I know I'm being a grouch about the whole thing.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. I mean, some people do have a like, oh, I'm better than you. I'll be like, like motherfucker. Yeah, there's egos involved, and like, oh, you should be worshiping my feet. The fact that I'm talking to you, and I'm like, sit your ass down. That's one of the reasons why I actually respected. And I didn't know Katrina Corva before. I met her at AVN. The picture I sent you, I was like, but she was hella sweet. She's like, you like what you see? And she was just engaged. I was from afar. I was like, yeah, you're fucking fine. She's like, come here. I'm
Yeah,
like, took a picture and everything. It's like just that interaction. I'm like, all right. And
yeah, she's
so,
beautiful.
yeah, she was nice, and just but that goes a long way. Another somebody who I met at AVN too was her name is Peaches Presley. Of course, met you guys, but it's like people ask me, it's like, "Hey, are
Peaches
you?"
Presley?
Yeah, she's not in the industry anymore, but she
Oh,
was, um, and she's hella cool. And even you guys, and even some of the dudes, like, hey man, what's up? What you doing? How, just chopping up. You talent or you? No, I got people in the industry and friends that do it, and just here supporting them. I like walking around, see what's going on. And I do networking. I network and market, also like that too. Okay, cool. That's what we appreciate the support and everything like that, and that's what it is. And they're like, all right, cool. And it's the networking factor, but yeah, there are some cool. There are a lot of people out there who are fucking cool, but there are some people who are just assholes. And no, I'm not talking about fucking. If Lynn didn't see this shit, I'm not talking about Sarah J. I know she had her little beef with me, but whatever, that's fine. You know what? I will say this before we get because I know we got to wrap it up. Lisa, what?
Lisa Ann?
No, not Lisa. I love Lisa Ann, but no, she's actual adult star right now too. She's on TikTok too now. Lila Love.
Lila Lovely.
Yeah, Lila Lovely. She I was on one of her lives on TikTok. She's a sweetheart, and when I look at her and like even where like she's had the surgery and everything, and getting tummy tuck and everything like that, she's working out now. She was fine then, and even now she's fine too. I see her being like the next Sarah J.
As far as what?
Just her, she's gonna take off, and it might end up getting the mainstream, have her own production company. It's just her attitude, like her demeanor. I won't say attitude, her personality. Fucking Katrina's already on that fucking path, and you're right there. But I'm saying like just like she reminds me a lot of a young Sarah J.
Yeah, it's a weird thing with people in porn because it's like it's not like movies like people watch George Clooney movies when he's 60, 65 years old if they're good movies.
Yeah,
but in porn, man, you got like I mean, you can still do it and you can make a living doing it, but you have a window, man, and you really gotta go for it because it's just not gonna last forever.
it's
for
like
sure.
it's like being an athletic athlete. You have a fucking window, collect that money, and then invest that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why we dumped all of our money into paying this fucking house off because we wake up tomorrow, OnlyFans can be gone, but our house is paid off. So you can kiss my ass.
All right, yeah. We gotta get you on to the next level, so y'all have to worry about that. So y'all got money making money for you. So, but we'll talk more about that one too.
Yeah, we'll be okay. All right, Ryan, it's always a pleasure, sir. So if you're watching this, we'll talk about a little bit more about it off stream. But per Ducks and Roast, that way we can try to go live on Monday. That'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Monday we're going live on the Socially Awkward podcast. So if you're not subscribed yet, please like, subscribe, and share this. Get this out to people, let them know. We will have a alert up so you can guys can remind yourself or have YouTube remind you that we are going to be on live on this Monday coming up. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, it gets a lot of people in the chat or get some people in the chat. I won't say a lot. And interact with you guys. And if there's something you guys want us to talk about, please put it in the comments below. We will love to see what you guys want to discuss, go over, and have a topic about, because we love talking about things that are entertaining, funny, sexual. It doesn't matter. Controversial. We'll tackle it. So
we'll tackle it, and it'll be interesting to see what the dynamic is with the chat, because if we're going to go live and if there's going to be a chat, I like the idea of engaging with the chat and not just not just having people there that are just watching and we're doing our own thing and ignore them the whole time. So just know that if you are going to be in the chat, if you have something to say, we'll talk to you for sure.
Exactly. So, man, yeah, I mean, another one down and a good one. And yeah,
we'll see you guys on Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.